Hey, Sixers fans, subscribe to our brand new Philadelphia 76ers channel. It's chatsports.com/76ers TV. Harrison Graham, Chase Sr. here from Chat Sports, getting you guys caught up on what the Sixers have done so far in NBA free agency, which hasn't been a ton, but let's catch you up on this. Yaron Weitzman tweeted this out earlier. Sixers have added Phil Beckner as a coaching consultant, the team confirmed. Beckner, hired on in July, is expected to assist the coaching staff in several areas. Former Weber State assistant coach and the longtime trainer for Damian Lillard, Chase. Before we get into some of the other moves, is this something? Are we connecting dots that aren't there? It's fun to speculate nonetheless.
My man, I wish I had a lighter right now to light up the rumor mill, because the rumor mill is certainly churning, baby. Look, Cade Cunningham's brother took the assistant coaching job at Oklahoma State to bring Cade Cunningham to Oklahoma State. Sometimes you see that these moves are made by either universities or some professional organizations. I'm not putting a bunch of stock into this, but it is fun to draw the comparisons of the Sixers hiring Phil Beckner and linking him to Damian Lillard at Weber State. Look, since Dame was at Weber State, he's turned into one of the best, most explosive and dynamic scorers from the guard spot in NBA history. His stock still certainly high, one of the greatest to ever do it at that position.
Yep.
And as he has improved, so too has Phil Beckner as a guy who's been able to develop talent. When you bring in a guy like Damian Lillard at Weber State, and he ends up being one of the best scoring guards that we've ever seen, in the end, at some point, in this case, down the road, you get that respect for pinpointing this type of prospect, but also developing over time. And if it, in the slightest, helps you at least a little bit, maybe lure Damian Lillard to Philadelphia, all worth it in the end. Of course, it'd have to be a trade.
Let's hit on some of these signings here that have happened, and maybe we can speculate more. Ben Simmons, Dame trade stuff toward the end of our Sixers conversation here. What stands out so far out of these three deals? We can start with Furkan Korkmaz.
I think all of these deals are financially responsible and smart deals for Philly. I still think a guy like Danny Green is in play as a 3-and-D wing and an awesome veteran leader. But for the way that Furkan Korkmaz has been able to develop over the last couple of years since being drafted in the back half of that first round, very late in 2016, he's developed into a very consistent outside shooter. So to pay a knockdown three-point shooter who actually can create a little bit and bailed you out late in games as well as the shot clock, you need as many floor spaces around Joel Embiid as possible, and you're paying him only $5 million per year, like that move by Daryl Morey to bring him back. Also, Andre Drummond isn't worth the $28 million that he was getting last year from the Cleveland Cavaliers. But if you're paying him minimal money, which is what it looks like, the Sixers making that deal official today, and he's your backup big to Joel Embiid, Andre Drummond is still a pretty solid center. And I think in terms of him being younger, a little bit better offensively, defensively as well, see an upgrade over a guy like Dwight Howard. He's going to give you energetic minutes off the bench. The rivalry between Embiid and Andre Drummond has been hilarious over time because they consistently take shots at one another on social media. Not going to be able to do that, but it'll be all good in the city of brotherly love if they show one another love, and Andre Drummond is able to give this team good backup minutes.
And then the most recent signing late on Tuesday night, Georges Niang, former Iowa State legend who's found a way to find a nice role in the NBA. Chase, 2-year deal.
Yeah, what's the theme for Philly with all three of these deals? They didn't have to pay a lot of money, and they're getting really good value with some of these signings. And Niang at the 4 spot is a guy who can knock down some three-pointers and stretch the floor. One can play alongside Joel Embiid, which is really important because the Al Horford-Embiid experiment was a disaster. I think Niang maybe a little bit of a better outside shooter than Embiid, but also he's better than really any 4 spot, any forward that you had on the roster last year, considering the value that you're getting him at.
So grade the 76ers free agency so far, A, B, C, D, or F. Are we talking like a C+? I mean, that the moves they have made have been financially responsible.
Yeah.
Obviously, how about this? Type I for incomplete.
That's what I was going to say.
Where's Ben Simmons?
You read my mind.
We'll talk about Simmons in a second. I'm going to type my I for incomplete. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. And that's where we shift the conversation to next. Where are we at with Ben Simmons? We're 3 days into free agency here. Not a lot of chatter out there. We know the asking price is high. We briefly mentioned Damian Lillard. Do you try and go all in and flip Simmons and some pieces / picks for Dame? Is that what they're holding out hope for?
It's comical once again that so many Ben Simmons truthers out there are biting the fish hook after seeing Ben Simmons knock down some jump shots during an off-season workout. It's a tradition unlike any other, because every single offseason features a video or videos of Ben Simmons knocking down jump shots, hitting fadeaways until he actually attempts them in the game. I'm not going to believe it, because prior to maybe 2 years ago, I was also buying into that. It's really unfortunate, because you look at two players on two different trajectories, both who went in the same draft, in Ben Simmons at number 1 and Jaylen Brown at number 3 to the Boston Celtics. Both guys, different trajectories offensively. Jaylen Brown has developed into one of the best two-way players in the league. A 40% three-point guy, a guy who can average 25 points per night. That's the clear definition of a guy who has worked on his flaws, worked on his weaknesses to maximize his ability. Ben Simmons, on the other hand, hasn't done that whatsoever. He's kind of flatlined, maybe even regressed as an offensive player while he's gotten better defensively.
Well, we certainly think something will happen with Simmons at some point this offseason. If it does, we will have you guys covered here on our brand new Sixers channel. If you're watching on our Sixers News and Rumors channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on Chat Sports, the link's right there. It's chatsports.com/76erstv. Chase, we're trying to ramp up this channel, so come on. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Chatsports.com/76erstv. Chase is a Philly area guy. He wants to talk more Sixers ball. Got to get more subs to do it.
Yes, sir.